friends, welcome back to Nurse's Nook and Corner. Come, let's make it easy. Today, in this video, we are going to see one of the effective means of delivering optimal care to patients in the intensive care unit is by following a bundle approach. One such very effective bundle is Fast Hugs Bits Be Me. We are going to see a part of it today. What's that? It is a simple tool to assess the critical care patients more effectively in a simple manner. Why we need this? This mnemonic cover all the basic needs of the patient so that we won't miss out needed things for the patients in the daily care. Let's see the mnemonic Fast Hug Bits Be Me. So, F for feeding, A for analgesia, S for sedation, T for thromboprophylaxis, H for head and elevation, U for ulcer prophylaxis, G for glycemic control, S for spontaneous breathing, BITS for B for bowel movement, I for indwelling catheter, D for de-escalation of drugs, S for sore pressure, P for positioning, M for morning care, E for eye care. Let's see in detail one by one. The first one is feeding. So, critically ill are generally hypercatabolic and becomes malnourished rapidly. This in turn leads to impaired wound healing, increased susceptibility to infection, organ dysfunction, loss of lean body mass and adverse outcome. Therefore, feeding is one of the most important component of the bundle to improve the outcome of patient. In feeding, what to check? You have to assess all the patients for their nutritional status on admission or at least within 24 to 48 hours of admission. It can be assessed by a simple form known as Subjective Global Assessment Form. Secondly, the oral feeding is more preferred and it should be assured that the hand end is elevated to 30 degrees to avoid aspiration, and also gastric tolerance to feed should be evaluated regularly, and you should find that the feeds are not delayed or withheld for mere absence of bowel sounds or high gastric residual volume. And it should also be noted that if the patient is not tolerating with the oral feeds, then enteral feeding with tube gastric feeds or jejunal feeds can be given. This helps in maintaining the gut integrity of the patient. Third, you should provide the adequate calories to the patient. So it should be about 25 kilocalories per kg per day, and carbohydrate to be 60 to 70 percentage, fat to be 30 to 40 percentage, and proteins to be 1.2 to 2 gram per kg per day. The next mnemonics, A is for analgesia and S is for sedation. So analgesia can be pharmacological and non-pharmacological. It can be preemptive or therapeutic and can be regional or systemic analgesia. Analgesia drugs can be divided into opioids and non-opioids, and from mild to severe pain, it can be given from non-opioid to strong opioid. If you didn't subscribe the channel, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon to get the uploaded videos. In analgesia and sedation, the opioids are mostly preferred because of high potency, short time for onset, short duration of action, minimal side effects of cardiorespiratory depression. The examples are fentanyl and remifentanil. In analgesia and sedation, the non-opioids most preferred are acetaminophen and NSAIDs. Regional techniques like epidural nerve block, plexus nerve block, and peripheral nerve block are being used. And the non-NSAIDs used are ketamine and dexmedetomidine. In FAST, T is for thromboprophylaxis. So, which of slide describes three factors that are critically important in the development of venous thrombosis? The three factors are hypercoagulability, vascular damage, and circulatory stasis. This can be seen in detail in the later lessons. The strategies adapted for the prevention of DVT can be classified as primary prophylaxis and secondary prophylaxis. In primary prophylaxis, strategies are adapted to prevent the DVT, and this can be either by mechanical or chemical methods. And in secondary prophylaxis, strategies are adapted for early detection and treatment of subclinical venous thrombosis by screening with objective tests that are sensitive for the presence of DVT. First, in thromboprophylaxis, let's see about the chemical prophylaxis. The first one is unfractionated heparin, and the dose is 5000 international units subcutaneous, and frequency is twice daily. The second one is low molecular heparin, enoxaparin 30 mg subcutaneous daily, and dalteparin 5000 international units subcutaneous daily. The third one is fondaparinux, dose is 2.5 mg subcutaneous once daily, and 100% bioavailability, and half-life is 17 hours. Newer agents are dabigatran, nivaroxaban, and apixaban. For thromboprophylaxis, the mechanical prophylaxis are four devices that are used. One is sequential compression device SCD, and second one is venous foot pump. Third one is stocking, and the fourth one is early mobilization. So these are the four mechanical prophylaxis that are used for thromboprophylaxis. Today in this video, we have discussed on the mnemonic FAST, and on the part 2, let's discuss about the HUCs. H for head and elevation, U for ulcer prophylaxis, G for glycemic control, and the spontaneous breathing. So to be continued in the next video. Thank you friends. Keep watching and supporting. If you didn't subscribe the channel, don't forget to subscribe the channel. Follow us in Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, as well as in YouTube. If you like the video, press the like icon and share it to your friends. Thank you.